Hi, my name is Sergio Valdez. I am really interested in the 13 scary movies. It sounds like a challenge to me. Uh, why am I good for this, or why should I be selected for this? Well, I've been watching horror movies all my life since I was a kid. So I remember being probably in elementary school back in the 1970s when I would watch Nocturnal Gallery all lights out, and that would really get me scary. There were some amazing stories in that show. I would watch multiple times all the scary movies. The Exorcist, I would watch it again and again. I would go, for instance, I would go and run in cemeteries at night by myself, maybe with a small flashlight, but I wouldn't like to get caught. I would even jump fences if needed, or find a way to get myself in. And I find these places amazing. Every time I travel, I go, if I see a cemetery, I would just drive in. And if I have a chance again, I would go in at night. I would also take groups running through these cemeteries at night, especially in Halloween. I would watch all and every scary movie if they are good. Of course, they have to be really thrilling. Pet Cemetery, I remember, it was amazing as well. One of my favorites, of course, The Shining, Doctor Sleep, the new ones. They are really good. Amityville Horror. That was also one of my favorite movies. I would stay also, for instance, in haunted places. I will always search for those. I go to the Queen Mary and I love it and stay there. At night, I remember one night I got out of the room. My family was sleeping, and then I would just go and explore the boat, even on closed sections, but not doing anything wrong. I mean, just exploring by myself, and I have felt also strange things on board of that ship. I mean, you can feel like somebody pressuring your chest. So that's something that I really like. I remember when there was a tour there at the Queen Mary that around the engine area, I felt a little bit of nauseous. Uh, a similar feeling when you go scuba diving really deep. Uh, and I felt that pressure in the chest again. I'm like, that's strange. That's funny. Also, I remember I do believe there are ghosts or there are spirits of there's a transition when we die. Let me tell you a quick story. So when I was a kid, probably 18 years old, I don't know, I was 20. I was in college, and I would go and I was sleeping. I was trying to sleep. One of those nights where you cannot sleep and you move around and you move and you open your eyes and you cannot sleep. I was anxious, but I didn't know why. Uh, we used to live in a penthouse, and I had horizontal shades, so there was some light coming from the street. And I remember I heard a noise, so I opened my eyes because it was, when you're in your room in your house, you know all the noises, but this was a different noise. So I opened my eyes and like, what's that? And I saw a figure standing next to my bed, between the window and myself, and it was dark figure. I couldn't see the face. I couldn't see really just the shape, and I got so afraid. I remember thinking, what should I do? It's a burglary. Should I jump at him and fight? Should I cover my head? Should I cover my body? And I just froze. I decided to stay put, close my eyes, and I was really frozen. I was really freaking out. Suddenly, I felt this thing come on top of my bed behind me, and then it gave me a hug, a warm hug, and then I was not afraid anymore. It was like somebody that would care for me, and that was very strange. moments after it disappeared. I felt nothing else. I woke up again, look around my room. I jump from the bed. I turn on the light. Look at my window. It was closed. Look at the door. It was closed. I woke up my mom. I woke up my brother, and and I told them it's. I think somebody got into the house, but it was a penthouse. The only way in was through the main door, and it was locked. It has probably 2 or 3 locks, deadbolts, and we searched through the house. All the windows were closed. Everything was fine. And my mom was like, you must have dreamt that." I'm like, "No, that was so real." Anyway, next morning, I stopped by my grandma's. My mom used to have a flower shop, and I stopped there where my grandma used to work at, and I told her the story. And my grandma said, "Oh, maybe somebody came to say goodbye." I'm like, "Oh, that's scary. I don't know." Well, anyway, thank you, Grandma. So I went back to college, and I remember between periods, I had to move to a different building, and I was walking to a different building when I suddenly saw my mom. She was dressed in black. She was walking towards me. Her face was really of concern, of sadness. And what she told me is that I said, "Mom, what's going on?" And she said, "I came to tell you that your friend Samuel died last night. He he was in some he had some issue with another car, some road rage issue, and he was shot in the chest. And this guy was one of the nicest, finest, calm. He would never get into fights whatsoever. He was about to get married, and it was horrible. He was close to me, and he was always making sure I wouldn't get in trouble. And it happened at exactly at the same time that I felt that presence, that I saw the presence in my room. That's something that get me thinking that I should not doubt anything again. I should keep my mind open for issues. But anyway, that's me. Hopefully, I can get this position. I am really excited, thrilled to do it, and those are just examples. But I would go into haunted houses or deserted houses, abandoned houses, to tunnels. I run in tunnels that are 1 mile long. Of course, you have to bring a flashlight. I would go to tunnels by myself, knowing also that there could be some people living inside these tunnels, and I could be in danger. But I still go. I go and catch lobsters at night by myself, where there are great whites and mako sharks. Uh, I just love the thrill. So get me into this position. Thank you, Sergio.